Why?
It's such an awkward countdown. We haven't gone live in a while. I guess.
Dun, 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 dun,
You need to
dun.
create a new. You need to create a new countdown.
This
thing
is
for us. So I'm gonna give
old.
you homework to do. You need to fix our background thing because you still haven't done that. And
Yes, I actually have. I didn't upload it.
Oh, well,
I did that.
because I thought it was going to be done, but it's not. And then we need to
I
do
can-
like a cool, snazzy Star Wars 30-second countdown thing.
Yeah, we could do that. I could look into getting that made.
Well, this is a horrible intro. Hi everyone, welcome to our live. This is our first another Star Wars podcast live broadcast in a while. We haven't really made time for it. I'd like to do it.
No,
more
we
often,
haven't,
though, with
to be quite
my
frank.
Jedi Fallen Order gameplay through. Hello, Count Drake. Welcome to the stream. But this would be a good one. So I thought we would jump on, and since Mando and Bad Batch are airing at the same times now, we have to be efficient with our time because it's a lot of Star Wars content. So today we are going to be doing a Bad Batch watch party. You can watch it with us, although we can't stream it, obviously. So we're just going to tell you when to click play. You can watch it with us. We'll give you the timestamp, and then we are going to do a breakdown so we can be efficient with our time. Does that sound good?
There you go. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. But we also have to find a time to talk about Mando because Wednesdays are just.
We're going to do a full separate episode on Mando. I think a non-live episode on Mando. We can do that tomorrow or something like that. But it's a busy next couple week schedule for us until Bad Batch Season 2 is done with.
Bad Batch Season 2 is not done for 1, 2, 4 weeks?
3.
5? 3? 4? 3, 4, 5?
Retrieval. There's how many episodes? 12 or something?
16, I thought.
Oh, 16. I keep forgetting because I'm stupid. But
We have,
yeah.
we have 4 left.
16. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but 2 of them are going to be on the same day. They're going to end with 2 episodes released on the same day.
Oh, it's a joint season finale?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
boom
they're
boom
both
like
on
the first 2?
It ends on the 29th. I'm looking at it now. So we have 4 weeks left.
That's still, I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm not going to lie.
Yes. Hi, Shirley. Welcome to the stream. Welcome
Hi,
to
Shirley.
Our stream. We need to be efficient with our time. But I am really looking forward to breaking down Mando. So, guys, if you want to see us break down The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 1, make sure to click like and subscribe and press the notification bell because we will be doing a full breakdown. Not today, because today's a Bad Batch episode that we must do. But Melissa and I both have a lot of thoughts. I also want to rewatch it again before we talk through it.
Joke's on you. I've already watched it 3 times.
I'm not surprised. I would expect nothing less from you.
Listen, it's been about 3 years in the making, and you can bet I'm soaking in the Mando content as much as I possibly can. It felt good. It felt good to go back to it. And I didn't even realize how nostalgic I was for these characters until I actually got into the episode, and I was like, wow, I've actually really missed this universe.
Yeah, me too. And, God, I don't want to make this a Mando episode, but there's so much I want to talk about with it. The feelings, the Star Warsiness, all that. But you know what? It made me really excited for today, for Bad Batch, because I'm like, all right, I feel more in, like, a Star Wars gear, because Mando is what a Star Wars show should be, dude. And it made me more excited. It enhances everything else in the Star Wars universe, including Bad Batch. And Bad Batch kind of does the same thing, honestly. Like, it also really enhances the Star Wars universe. It's not the best show ever, but
No,
it's
Matt,
just
That's
fun.
Andor. That's Andor.
True.
Andor's the best show
Andor,
ever.
there's not a single thing wrong with it. It's a perfect show.
No disrespect to people who love it. No disrespect.
I like
but
it, by the way. It's a good show, but I had people commenting on my videos consistently being like, I can't believe you hated Andor. Like, I didn't hate Andor. I don't know where you're getting this.
You give one criticism and all of a sudden you hate something.
Yeah, they're like, oh my gosh. And then they're like, please don't make fun of people who swim. Who can't swim, I mean. And I'm like, I absolutely will make fun of people who can't swim. Go take swim lessons. Snoke. What's his
Andy
name
Serkis
again?
didn't. Andy Serkis.
Kane. I forget his name. What was his name?
I don't even remember.
Captain Kane Cantor.
I don't remember.
Either way, he couldn't swim. That's a lame character trait. But that's not what we're here to talk about, is it? We're here to talk about Bad Batch Season 2, Episode 11 is what we're on?
I think 11, it's called Metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis is the 11th episode of the second season. And the description is the Batch finds a mysterious missing vessel. Looks like we have an ARC trooper, I believe, as the thumbnail. If
I did see that. I also heard that from a couple of my friends that they really liked this one. And they said it was good. So I guess we'll find out, won't we? Are you clackety-clacketing on those keys, by the way?
I am. I'm clackety-clacking on those keys. This one is... Let's see.
I feel really short in this chair. Oh, that's better.
Really short in that chair.
I am. I am a short queen.
This one got an 8.3 on IMDb. It's directed by Saul Ruiz.
Oh, that's a name familiar to me.
Written by Sabir Perzada. These are hard names. The writers of this show have hard names.
Very complicated names.
Thank you, Shirley, for reminding us. Circus is Kino. That's his name.
Oh, it's Kino Loy. There you go.
Kino Loy.
I bet everyone will be commenting that later.
Probably.
It's Kino Loy.
Everyone's
You're not a real fan.
Screaming at us listening. I can't believe you don't know Kino's name. People call me not a real fan all the time because I don't know like the most detailed little detail that's hidden in the show. They're like, I can't believe you didn't know what Porkies were. And I'm like, why would I know that? That is so specific.
The Star Wars universe has gotten vastly more complicated over the years in terms of character names and planets. Like, it's hard to remember the names of things.
I used to know all the main planets. They said like, oh, the Purell things in Mando.
Purgle?
And I was like, yeah, I don't know what that is, dude. What do you mean? The people are like, I can't believe you missed that. Really, dude? You can't believe I missed that? I'm not like the biggest Star Wars dork in the universe, all right? Maybe these people are who are listening, but I'm not. I don't know everything. I don't know every single detail, unfortunately.
Well, you should. Otherwise, you're not a real fan.
That's true. And if I don't love Andor and rate it a 9.9, then I'm not a huge fan either, I guess.
That's also true.
All right, should we jump in? I mean, this is probably as many people as we're going to get on at one time. It's not going to be the most exciting.
Well, to be fair, I didn't post anything about it. To be fair, I did not preface this, and this was decided very last minute on our part, so...
Is there any way I could put up a timestamp on my screen so that people will know what time in the show we are at?
That might be a thing that's on OBS.
I can check. And then I can update it as we go. Add timer for launch.
Or I could just start the timer on my phone and I could be like, hey guys, here's the timer at.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's going on, guys? Comment your spoiler-free thoughts of Bad Batch episode 11, Metamorphosis, because Matt and I are about to watch it live right now. So what are your spoiler-free thoughts on this Bad Batch episode?
This for us. I'm going to be so angry.
Well, Shirley already said that I love the alien vibe to this Bad Batch episode. Ooh. Intriguing.
Okay. That's cool.
So we're going to get some horror elements, maybe?
That would be cool.
That'd be very cool.
Horror elements, maybe like a dark cave vibe, something like that.
I'd actually like to see Bad Batch take on horror. Like, that would be... Honestly, that's a premise of an episode I'd be very interested in.
I would too. I think there's a... I heard some good things about this episode as well, so I'm hoping that we get some Crosshair finally. If we don't see him, it's like, what are we doing? I hope we get some Crosshair.
I don't think Crosshair's in this one at all. Because there was somebody on Twitter who had gotten a screener, like an early screener of these episodes, and they tweeted, sorry guys, Crosshair doesn't appear till episode 12 or something like that.
He's literally not in the entire series.
I know, they're like, here, he gets one really, really, really cool episode, and then he's just not going to appear for the rest of the season until the finale. Weird choice. But
That is a weird choice. Such a weird choice, dude. Okay. Well, it seems like people liked it. Based on the comments, Matthew Fab says amazing episode and definitely huge influence from Alien. That's a cool comment. We'll put you up on the screen there. Shirley Duffer says the same thing. I love the Alien vibe to the Bad Batch episode. Definitely a 180 from the last one. Cool. Well, that's good. I love Alien. I mean, if it's a scary, spooky episode, then I'm here for it. I love a good spooky episode. So
your wife is rubbing off on you.
That's not
with the British.
That wasn't British. That's Scotland.
Oh, you're doing Scotland?
I'm from Scotland, I am.
Maybe you need to work on your accents.
I do, but Scotland, that's kind of how they talk. Spooky, right?
And if we have any Scottish, if we have any Scottish followers, I'd be interested to see what their take is on your accent. Have you found out the timer thing so we can start this episode, or?
I have not figured out the timer thing.
I can honestly, for this time around, I can just start the timer on my phone and be like, "Hey guys, we're at this point in the episode."
Sure, or I could, you know what I can do is I can add it to the screen share, and I can just share the screen every 2 minutes or something like that.
I wouldn't even risk that, just because.
Well, then we won't do that. You can just share.
Sorry, guys. Well, we're gonna mark when we hit play on the episode. If you want to follow along, great. If you don't feel obliged.
Yeah. If you don't, then you're hurting our feelings. And then I'm going to cry myself to sleep later. Also, guys, look at what I have. A cool Another Star Wars podcast button.
Oh, wow. Who did that? That's so gorgeous. Wow. Who did that pin? That design is so beautiful.
I made it myself. Isn't that cool?
BS. You gave them out at Star Wars Celebration. I'll give you that.
Guys, you can buy these on our merch shop. So go do that. You can put this on your backpack if you're a student. You can put it on your bulletin board. You can pin it on your friend's t-shirt.
Forehead.
And you can do anything you want. And they're cheap. They're like $2. I mean, that's not really going to help us. I would prefer if you bought a cool Hello There t-shirt or a Filoni Favreau 2024 t-shirt or maybe an Ahsoka Tano t-shirt. But the pins are cool too. Also the hats. I got to buy one of the hats. I like the hats a lot. I want to get Another Star Wars podcast hat, which, by the way, if you guys have merch ideas, let us know what you'd like to see. If there's if you guys wanted some more Mandalorian focused merch or some Bad Batch focused merch, we can come up with some. Melissa and I can brainstorm about different quotes, or if you guys like quotes of ours that we have, stuff that we bring up all the time, we'll put that on t-shirts. I don't care. Melissa can mock them up. I'll give you some homework.
We'll do some hot hunky Captain Rex t-shirts and gorgeous hunk Saw Gerrera from season 1 of our show.
Yeah. We just got to be careful with the copyright.
Well,
I don't want to get a cease and desist from Disney. They are notorious for that.
Well, that's also why we're not putting the Bad Batch episode up today.
True.
I have it pulled up. Are we good to go?
We're good to go.
Okay, we're gonna hit play. Should I do 3, 2, 1, and then on 1 we hit play?
Yeah, go 3, 2, 1, click. Ready?
Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, click.
Done. Mine's showing the Lucasfilm right now.
Oh, you're that ahead?
Yeah, I just clicked it at the 0 at the beginning. That's what we're supposed to do. What did you move it to the middle of the thing?
No, I didn't. All right, is it going? Okay, we're good. I'm on that.
It's the Star Wars, is what it's showing.
Tell me when the Bad Batch logo's on screen.
Bad Batch.
Did it say Okay.
Metamorphosis.
Okay, we're on the same page now. Good.
Hello to all 9 people that are watching, by the way. We're crushing it on the views.
Ooh, what is this?
Oh, maybe it's going to be like a zombie episode. I already can tell it's a damaged ship. So if they're saying alien vibes, maybe it's spooky aliens on the ship.
Okay, some already flawless special effects.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm going to like this episode, I can tell.
Me too.
It's Shock Trooper, right?
I thought it was an ARC Trooper, but maybe Shock Trooper is correct.
I don't know. Help us out, guys. We'll read the comments after, but help us out.
Shock Trooper or Commando, that's what it is.
Oh, Commando.
Right? Isn't that what it is? Because you can play with them in Battlefront. That's the only reason I know.
Dude, he's gonna die.
You better not. What if the Bad Batch isn't even in this?
It's just about this guy. Oh.
Damn. Yeah,
Wow.
already major alien vibes from this. It is pretty major.
Oh, that was really cool.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's a
god, it's
major
the clone planet from like the end of season 1.
Oh yeah, the volcano of lore.
Where Nala Se went?
Oh.
Oh my god, dude, they're picking back up the cloning thread. See, the scientist lady.
Oh.
Finally.
You're right.
These goggles are ridiculous.
They look kind of dope. It's like Google Glass.
Whose voice is that?
Sounds familiar for sure. Look at her bangs, dude. She has some intense bangs.
I was just going to say, I'm not a huge fan of her bangs.
Oh, you know who that is? You know who that is? That's the McPoyle from It's Always Sunny, I think. I'm going to look it up right now.
The voice actor?
Yeah, he's also in Westworld, I think. I don't know what his name is, but he's one of the McPoyle twins from Always Sunny.
Dude, Nala Se. Also.
Oh, shit. Yes, it's Jimmy Simpson. That's his name.
He's Dr. Hemlock here.
That's a sick name.
Finally.
Great voice, though.
Valid.
Dude, the animation with this is awesome. Also, his voice acting is spectacular.
Dude, the guest stars have been so good on the show.
Oh, fantastic. The casting has been amazing. What is that?
Cloning.
Dude, this guy's haircut is amazing. I kind of want a haircut like that.
Please don't. For my sake and for your wife's sake.
I'm going to go tomorrow and get one like that.
I'm so glad they're finally going back to this plot thread of cloning.
Yeah, me too. That was such an interesting element from both Mando season 1 and this.
What?
Yeah, Lama Su.
They didn't kill Lama Su?
I told you I didn't think he was dead.
Dude, but they totally implied it in the first season. The two clones like went in on him, and Rampart's like,
They just implied it though. That's all they did. I knew it, dude. I knew they wouldn't kill him. And everyone was saying he's dead. He's definitely dead. I was right.
dude, I thought for sure they killed Lama Su.
Middleman 8's. No, we have not posted our reactions yet. That's what we're doing right now. Leave us.
When is Sid betraying them? When are we getting to that?
Maybe this episode. Can't trust off-screen deaths. Totally true.
Go 50.
100.
Hunter has the most snatched waist of all time.
Dude, what if he totally does. He's also been kind of overlooked this season.
Yeah. Dude, he just said, what makes you think we'll come back?
Yeah. What if they just betray Sid and like end up becoming super evil and just like steal all the money and kill her? That would
That'd be
be
interesting.
hilarious.
The music's so good. Ooh, what is this fancy location?
It looks awesome. I'd love to live there. Hey, good observation.
This show has the best animated special effects of any animated Star Wars project.
Yeah,
Like,
it gets better and better with every project they do.
well, with every episode of this show, it like improves. Like it goes up the ladder like 10 steps each episode.
Yeah.
I said episode.
Episode.
Episode. Dude, I totally get the alien vibes now that people were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, is that the ship? So I missed the part when Sid said she needed them to get this. Did she give them a reason why?
She uh I don't know. I kind of zoned out a little bit there. I'm sorry.
Anyone in the comments know why they're getting this? I think Melissa and I were blabbing. Oop.
Oh, I'm already loving this.
So the mixing is awesome. The sound mixing is just so good. It's a big score, is what Middleman 8 says. So I guess it's just they're looking for whatever is on this
The
ship.
big score.
And it must be the alien. That's what they're looking for.
Oh, if anybody new is joining us, we're currently watching the brand new Bad Batch episode, Metamorphosis. We cannot share the screen because of copyright issues, but we are reacting to it right now.
And we are 9 minutes and 15 seconds in. They're on the ship, and Omega's wearing her stupid hat, which I don't like that hat, by the way. I don't like this iteration of Omega.
It was alien.
Ooh, spooky!
Tech speaks so matter-of-factly. It's so amusing to me. Like,
Yeah, I'd love to see D. Bradley Baker, like, a start to finish of how he records this.
I think he did it live at Star Wars Celebration last year, where he just switched
really?
between their voices. Yeah, I think he did it
You
with
know what? I might have been there at that panel. I don't know if I saw that part, but I think I saw D. Bradley Baker. That was a whirlwind. Boy, was that a stressful 2 days.
Yeah, it can be a lot.
Well, it was just I was trying to record myself too, and I'm by myself. I'm trying to record content, but also like enjoy myself there. It's really hard.
Dude, I love how they're shooting this episode. Like, angles wise.
Yeah, the music's awesome too.
God, and the animation team is just absolutely crushing it with the special effects. Like, the environments, they really get you to feel that, like, that dread, that anticipation of what they're going to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so alien.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What? They were cloning something on that ship?
This music sounds similar to the music in the score in Arrival, that Alien movie.
Oh, I love Arrival.
I do too. I think that's on purpose. The musical themes in this are very similar.
Oh boy, Tech's gonna find it. Dude, this is really good.
Yeah.
Is that ice?
No, it's alien slime.
Ew.
I don't know.
No, I think you're right. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, look at that animation, dude.
That's really good.
Clone Wars Season 1 could never.
No, dude. No. Although Clone Wars Season 1 walked so Bad Batch could run.
That's true. And I love Clone Wars to death. It's probably still my favorite piece of animated content. Oh, ew. Ew.
Uh-oh.
What is this?
The creature's chittering.
What? Oh, was it eating a guy?
No. I was eating like the electronic.
Oh my
chocolate.
god, that's horrifying. Oh my god. What?
Damn. That looks just like the alien, dude.
It really does, though. Dude, it ate the crew.
Yeah, that's kind of not chill.
What is it?
I don't know.
Dude, the way they're shooting this episode is so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm so impressed with the camera angles right now. Like, just the direction of it. Dude, Hunter has such a
Why did it
snatched
run away
waist.
from them? I guess they were shooting at it. Yeah, see, it's feeding off the electricity. So I think it was eating like a power line or something earlier.
Dude, is it the Zillo Beast? Is it a Zillo Beast?
Here you are mentioning things I know nothing about. I don't know. What is a Zillo Beast?
From the Clone Wars arc, like the Godzilla episode.
Oh, yeah.
What? Dude, I think that's a Zillo Beast.
Yeah, it does look like. You're right. Maybe they're trying to.
Oh my
clone it.
god, if they're doing the Zillo Beast, that means they're doing the cloning thing. Like they're testing, because Palpatine said in the Clone Wars he wants to use the Zillo Beast for cloning.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that, by the way, a couple episodes ago.
I
We just
did!
talked about the Zillo Beast.
We literally just talked about the Zillo Beast
Why
in a
were we
podcast
talking
episode.
about it? Why were we talking about it? I forget.
We were talking about it in relation to the cloning. Oh, Omega. Dude, that's a Zillo Beast.
Yeah, it is. I just looked it up. It's a Zillo Beast.
Dude, we were just talking about this. Like 2 weeks ago, I was like, why don't they bring in the Zillo Beast cloning thing back into this show? Because Palpatine was telling the scientist at the end, he's like, hey, I want you to look into cloning this thing.
Oh, wow. Okay, so now we got some interesting stuff going on.
12 years later, and they're finally continuing what happened with the Zillo Beast. We only had to wait 12 years.
Wow, that was a good pickup on your part.
It was the electricity thing. I was like, man, that kind of reminds me of the Zillow Beast.
Wow.
Dude, I'm so pleasantly surprised.
How did they kill it last time?
They gassed it to death.
That's wholesome.
Oh. How much do you want to bet, like, they need Omega's genetic material to do what Palpatine wants to do? How much do you want to bet that that's the case?
Yeah.
Because her DNA is, like, pure Jango Fett DNA.
Right. Otherwise, it's pointless to have her as a character. You know?
Yeah. Dude, this episode's awesome.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of, like, a Stranger Things monster, too.
Yep, there you go. Tying in with the Clone Wars arc.
Yeah.
This also has a very, like...
So what purpose do you think they'd be cloning it for? For the armor, obviously, right?
Yeah, because Tech did just say that.
So he just mentioned it.
Yeah. Tech mentioned it, that...
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Dang, that grew fast. That was like 2 minutes.
Oh my god, this is... Oh god, this makes me nostalgic for Clone Wars now. Oh shoot. Is the Empire in on this already?
Guys, by the way, if you're just joining us, we are watching Bad Batch episode 11. We're currently at 18:59. 19 minutes. Gonky. Hi, Patsy31. Thanks for joining.
Tick, Iku, Ricky, Rosie. Dude, this, like, again with the 80s vibes. This has 80s vibes to it, and I really like it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Ah, that was really cute! That was really cute! I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. When it's, like, the older male figure protects, like, the younger... I don't know. It's really cute. I like that. It's really cute.
So cute, dude.
I'm a big fan of when characters do things to protect other characters. I don't...
What are they doing here?
Ugh. No, leave it alone. That's a great design.
Dude, it eats people. Get rid of it.
Remember when Padme was fighting for Zillow Beast's rights?
Yeah.
Where she's like, it has no voice in the Senate. I'm like, the same Zillow Beast that eat people alive.
Yeah.
There's a reason it doesn't have rights. Oh, they took it.
The claw.
Oh, dude. I think they want it for more than just armor. I honestly think that they're playing with, like, they're experimenting with cloning, and that's why they're going to need Omega. Oh, God, those troopers are so sick. What were they called? Commandos?
Yeah, I think so. Was the live reaction a spur-of-the-moment decision? Yeah, spur of the moment. We'll give you guys more notice next time. We only decided like a couple hours ago to do this. We'll make a community post next time. This reminds me of the old old school King Kong movie. Yeah, very similar. Very similar.
Dude, I'm just a huge fan of the direction of this episode. Are those TIE fighters?
I think those are like the first iteration of TIE fighters. They sound the same. But those are the ones that they use in Revenge of the Sith.
Right. Dude, I love their designs. Wait, are those actually clone troopers? I guess that's a good question, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they, or are they conscripted soldiers? Because more and more clones are realizing what's been done to them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. They haven't really dug into that.
What are they arresting the people for?
Because they were complicit in allowing the Zillo Beast to destroy things.
I also shout out to Tech. He said fascinating, much like Mr. Spock. And I talked over it, but it made me laugh. Yep.
Boom.
There you go. Well, that makes sense.
There we go. The plot thickens.
How about you just go work with Echo and Rex? I want more of the espionage vibes with Echo and Rex. Dude, that's the same scientist from the Mandalorian, like the same looking scientist from the Mandalorian. That's what's got me.
Yeah.
Dude.
See, I love this. This is a really interesting development.
I wonder if we're going to get Bad Batch overlap with Mando.
There you go. They saw too much.
Oh.
That's why they took him. Do you see these are clones? You can hear them.
Yeah.
But maybe they can be controlled more. Maybe these are a new type of clones that they've been making.
That's a good theory. Oh my god, it's Lama Su, that
Dude,
son of a
alive.
gun. That
He's alive.
son of a gun. Why have I been brought here?
Fun fact, this is voiced by Bob Bergen, who did a ton of the Looney Tunes. Very iconic voice actor. Porky Pig.
What, Lama Su?
Marvin the Martian. Yeah.
Whoa, he just straight up threatened him. Oh. Oh my god.
Oh.
There you go. There we go. Finally.
Ooh.
The plot is finally thickening. We're going somewhere.
Dude, about time.
Yeah, about freaking time.
I am interested now.
Okay. immaculate vibes. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay,
you had my curiosity, but now you have my interest, as a quote from Django Unchained. I will throw in there. Wow, good episode. Dude.
Wow, that was a great episode. I am very happy with that. That was really fun, very entertaining.
Still no crosshair, it says, which is true, fair.
Where is Crosshair?
I will say, good progression in the season. Like we're getting somewhere. We're picking up where season 1 left off more. And now that seasons feel a little bit more cohesive. I've been waiting for this. This has been the biggest problem with the show so far, is there hasn't been enough cohesiveness between season 1 and an overarching story. But now we finally have that. Thank you for introducing it. I feel like they could have had this episode as like number 4 or 5. Like
oh my god,
put this episode anywhere you wanted to. I don't know why they didn't just put it earlier in the season.
It doesn't make sense to me. Something that doesn't make sense to me right off the bat is why they've dragged this out to this point. Not that I think the hijinks episodes are important. I do. I think it's really important to have hijinks to get to know the characters. But it feels like through season 2, there has not been like a common thread. Like tying all the episodes together. It's like, oh, this random character, Wanda Sykes, they're going to go on a random hijinksy adventure with her, and then the next week it's like a
what happened
espionage.
To Wanda Sykes character?
I don't know.
She just disappeared.
Like, did she have a purpose? Like, that's the problem I have with it, is like, are these characters just coming in and out of their life casually? Like, it would be nice to have a side character that we stick with for a little bit, or tags along with them for a little bit, that we could get to know instead of just like we're going to go this week and now we're back. Shirley Duffer just said, still no crosshair. Maybe that's the new shirt.
That's a pretty good idea.
That's a really good idea. It could be like Bad Batch season 2, still no crosshair. Thank you. That is a lovely idea for a shirt. But no, my point being is, when Bad Batch slaps, it slaps really, really hard. And it is fantastic. It's just, I don't feel like we've had a common thread this season. And now I feel like we're finally starting to get to the really interesting parts about this show, which make it so fantastic. And then now we only have like 3 episodes left. Or 4 episodes left, excuse me. And that just makes me sad, because I'm like, I don't feel like you needed to wait this long.
Yeah. I don't know why they waited that long to do it. This was a really good episode. Plot thickens. Finally some relevance for Omega this season. We're finally going somewhere. Back to the Future Fan 88 says, so we were supposed to feel sorry for Nala Se, or however he's playing. Wasn't she the one that got Fives killed?
Yes. Yeah. She was completely responsible for that.
I don't think we're supposed to feel bad for her.
I think she's just a pawn in this.
Yeah, she's a pawn in it. I don't know if anyone really likes her. I don't think anyone's like, oh, I love Nala Se. She's such a relatable character. No, I don't think that. And also, you can tell they're going to try to use her love for Omega to kind of draw Omega in.
Isn't that really weird, though, that, like, she has such a soft spot for Omega, but she, like, deliberately killed Fives?
Yeah.
Like, it's really bizarre. And,
yeah,
like, really creepy.
I kind of secretly love Nala Se and Lama Se just because they're so weird and creepy. Speaking of the McPoyle twins, they're kind of like the McPoyle twins of this universe. I don't know if you've ever watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but as a homage to that show, which I really love, Jimmy Simpson is voicing that Camino doctor, which I'm looking now, and his name is Dr. Royce Hemlock. Dr. Hemlock, by the way, sick name.
That's
really
a
good
great
voice
name for a character
by Jimmy Simpson. But yeah, he's a McPoyle twin, and It's Always Sunny. And like the Nala Se and Lama Su are kind of like the McPoyle twins of this universe. They're super weird and creepy.
And they talk really slow.
And
that takes skill, man, to voice a Kaminoan like in that weird monotone way of speaking. That's difficult.
Yeah,
like,
super weird.
So
let's see who else. Matthew Fab writes, I think they wanted Vice Admiral Rampart to play out his story before bringing in this new villain.
Oh, yeah, so do you think
what happened to Peter Pumpkin?
He got arrested. Remember in the Senate,
that's right.
Palpatine's like, "Oh, Chuchi, thank you so much for calling this horrible person out. Oh, we got to arrest him." And Rampart's like, "I was following orders." So that's actually a really good point from Matthew Fab. Is this guy the new big baddie then?
Dr. Hector, what's his name? Dr. Hemlock.
Hemlock.
That is such a sick name. And also, he should be called Dr. Undercut because he has that sick haircut. I like this guy. He's the new Peter Pumpkin. Seems way more evil and sinister. Really excellent job on Jimmy Simpson's part. But yeah, I think they would have Vice Admiral Rampart to play out a story. I agree. Yeah, that's a good call. Also, he says I think Sid's going to sell them out and give up Omega to the Empire.
Oh, really good theory. That's a great theory.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's
you know what?
likely.
I think that's very likely. I think Sid would just be like, "Hey, the Empire comes in and offers her all this money," and then she sells Omega out, and then maybe they kill Sid. Not the Bad Batch, but maybe like the show just like completely knocks off Sid.
Either that, or she repents for her transgressions, much like the Mandalorian does, and she goes and saves them later. I would see that as being a more likely scenario than them killing her. I just don't think Disney has the balls to do that for a kid show.
Well, maybe she dies while helping them.
Maybe.
What are your theories?
Guys, his premonition and warning, I think that makes a lot of sense. In fact, that would it's the only thing that makes sense.
Wait, who's premonition and warning? Hemlock's?
The Chinhorn guy.
Oh, from the Faster episode.
Yeah.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, yeah. So his whole warning was
she's gonna sell you out.
Yeah.
I was okay, guys. So like, what are your theories? Like, what are the talking points for you guys after watching this particular episode? Like, what's got you super interested? I think the main talking point is the Zilla Beast. Like, finally, that plot thread came back after 12 or 13 years. I don't know how long it's been since that episode initially came out, but that was a huge question that the Clone Wars proposed. Like, why does Palpatine want this thing? And it sounds like the Bad Batch confirmed that he wants it to make this armor, but it also sounds like he's trying to do something a little bit beyond it. And I think that's... I don't know. I'm still convinced that Omega is... they're going to want to use her genetic makeup. Like, I think they're going to kidnap her to get to Nala Se, but then also they're going to be like, whoa, this is like a pure replica of Jango Fett, much like Boba. Like, I don't even know. Does the Empire know that Boba is like a pure replica of Jango? Like, are they aware of him? Like, Anakin's got to be, or Vader, excuse me, but...
Of Boba?
Do you think Palpatine's even aware of Boba? Like, because as far as they know, like, Omega is the pure genetic source. But as far, like, we haven't had no mentions of Boba other than one time in season 1.
Yeah. That's a good question. I mean, I guess they probably think he's just gone. Or MIA ever since he was on Geonosis with Jango. Because that's really the last we saw of Kid Boba. And the only
because then he popped up in the Clone Wars and he had, like, the bounty hunter arc in the Clone Wars.
Right, but was he involved with the Empire or the Republic?
I don't know. The show Clone Wars got canceled before we got to see any of that play out because then they were going to do that arc with Cad Bane.
Right.
So I think a huge question is the Empire aware of Boba and Omega's like relation to each other, and is he going to come in at some point?
Interesting question. I think it'd be a wasted opportunity if they didn't bring him in.
Or at least, like, have him find out about Omega or vice versa. Like, that would blow Omega's mind.
The thing is, like, maybe... Okay, here's what it should happen, all right? They need to bring in Boba at the same age of Omega. And have him be aware of it. And she's aware of him, right? She's aware of the brother. Now, they revealed that at the end of season 1. Right? Or am I making that up?
No, the clones... No, because the Bad Batch found out about Boba when Omega was kidnapped by Cad Bane, but I don't even think she knows.
Okay, so what I think would make the most sense is she finds out, and Boba finds out, and they meet at some point now, and then they tie it into the Book of Boba Fett Season 2, which I think is all but confirmed. Like, the fact we didn't have that would have been such a good opportunity to have at least an Easter egg of Omega thrown in Book of Boba Fett Season 1. Just a name drop or just a reference. They didn't do that. And I think it'd be a huge missed opportunity if they don't do that for Season 2. So, in my opinion, they need to bring Boba in this season and then maybe just sprinkle some references in Book of Boba Fett.
Maybe they tease him at, like, the very end of this season.
That
you
would be
know?
cool. See, that's all you need.
But-
You don't need to do a whole
But you
thing
also
on
have
it.
to like be careful too, because you don't want to make it all about Boba either, you know. And I think that fans would automatically spur towards the, oh my gosh, like the Boba part of the show, the Boba and Omega, and then it would become less about the Bad Batch and more about the Boba and Omega dynamic. So I think that they'd have to be extremely careful with that. But that being said, it does bring up a lot of questions on who's going to appear and what they want Omega for. I still think that they're going to try to extract her DNA somehow. I think they're going to learn
100%.
about
I mean,
her.
they just kind of. I mean, they're obviously going to use her as bait, right? For Nala Se, or they're going to use her as some kind of convincing mechanism.
Well, Lama Su was also like, he's like, I will sell her out. He's like, I'll help you, but you have to let me go.
Yeah.
So he doesn't care. He's only concerned about ensuring his freedom and his safety.
Yeah. Matthew Fab says maybe Sid will do a Hondo and give the Bad Batch information where the Empire are taking Omega after giving her up. Maybe. I don't know. Sid's kind of useless, dude. Sid's kind of like...
yeah, I don't know.
She makes them do everything. I feel like she's not that resourceful. She's kind of like a leech, you know?
I don't know. She's the character that gives out missions in a video game. Like, I don't know how well... We don't really know Sid that well. And I guess we're not supposed to, because she's supposed to be like this mysterious person. But like, I'm not even that intrigued by her character. You know, like I feel like her intrigue could have been...
I kind of hate her now, to be honest. She's just, I don't know, dude. She rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. But she also doesn't do very much, you know, like they've almost trained us to have a certain expectation of her in every single episode. So we don't really expect anything new from her. Like, every time we go into a new episode, we know what Sid's going to do. I got a mission for you, fellas.
Yeah.
Oh, the
She
mission
acts
went
like
wrong.
she
Well,
deserves
that's
all
not
the
my
credit and
problem.
stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
she's
Not
predictable.
my problem.
She's predictable is my point.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
there's no real intrigue there. So when she does betray them, because we all know that's happening, I don't know if I'm
100%.
necessarily going to sit there and be like, oh my god. Like,
No, I think we were all kind of expecting it. Dr. Mad Studio, hello, greetings from Britain. Hello, Dr. Mad Studio. Thank you for joining the stream. Thanks to all the new viewers who have joined. A whole 16 people are on. We're crushing it. Dr. Mad Studio, my wife is from England, so UK holds a very dear place in my heart. I'm going to be there in May, actually. So we love all of our UK viewers. So thanks for joining us. Love Metamorphosis. He also says it was certainly one of the better episodes of Bad Batch season 2. I agree. I think it's one of the stronger ones. This is probably in top 3 for me. Maybe number 3. What do you think? Which brings up an interesting question. What do you think Metamorphosis refers to?
oh, that's a good question. Could it be in reference to the Zillo Beast? Could it be in reference to a metamorphosis?
The definition of the dictionary definition.
Well, we could go with the butterfly definition of
Yeah, I mean the
metamorphosis.
change of the form or nature of a thing or person into a completely different one by natural or supernatural means.
Cloning, for sure. That's just a reference to the cloning point, wouldn't you say?
It's a change of the form or nature of a thing. So I would say that's more of like a genetic thing you'd be dealing with. I mean, it refers definitely to the beast growing, obviously. That's going through a metamorphosis.
Yeah, the cloning. Just the idea of the cloning. You know? Because I think the whole point is like... What is that sound?
Yeah, sorry. There's a guy who goes on my block and like honks a horn and sells tamales. It's so annoying, dude. It is so incredibly annoying. I was hoping the mic wouldn't pick it up. Yeah, he's outside. He sells tamales and like street corn. It is unbelievably annoying. Unbelievably annoying. He's trying to get people's attention to come outside their house. I know the guy's just trying to make. He's just trying to make a living, but it drives me nuts. It's happened every day since I've moved into this apartment.
That's hysterical. That's really, really funny.
I've never tried him, funny enough. I'm like not eating his tamales out of spite, out of anger, because I don't want to give him satisfaction after he's caused me so much annoyance.
What, after he's bullied you?
Yeah, usually I have a noise filter on when I'm recording, so it filters it through. background noise filter, but we're not doing it this time because we're obviously recording it live. But that's what that is. It's a guy selling tamales. Right on cue, dude.
I cannot wait to watch the playback of this live stream and just hear that. No, Metamorphosis. I think it's honestly just referring to the cloning like that. I honestly think that's what that's referring to, and I think it's the next stage of Palpatine's contingency plan.
Ooh, that is probably more of what it is. Metamorphosis is the change. It could also refer to the change of dynamics in between the batch, the metamorphosis of their.
He stopped. He stopped.
It can also refer to the changing of their relationship. And maybe Omega growing up, she's metamorphosizing into a beautiful young woman. Maybe. I don't know.
You could open up the window and yell at him. No, don't. It's fine.
I'm angry.
I lost my train of thought completely.
We're talking about metamorphosis.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think I'm rephrase. I'm really happy they're going back to these threads in the Bad Batch because I honestly feel like I've been very antsy the last few episodes. Very anxious. Because I'm like, I don't feel like the weight of what we're building to. And honestly, Matt, I'm starting to think that maybe this season should have only been like 8 episodes. Because I would prefer 8 episodes of just very linear, tight storytelling as opposed to 16 with a bunch of hijinks and in-between episodes or side missions or quests. But that's just me.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to wonder, I'm like, I don't really know if this season's really needed to be 16 episodes so far. Because out of these 16, I could probably pick, I don't know, 5?
Yeah.
That have been really impactful.
They haven't done a great job. I would like to see more of episodes like this where it's more linear. I agree with you. The other thing was we saw a lot of that Commando clone, right?
Yes.
And now I don't know much about this, but you and I talked about this. I think it was last season. The Commando clone Scorch or something, right?
Yes.
Was that him in this?
Oh, was it?
Could it have? I don't know. Could it have been him?
Oh my god, dude, is he in the credits? Let's check.
Check the credits. Scorch, Bad Batch, Season 2.
Okay, it looks like the horn honking guy has gone away.
He's just moving down the street. I can still kind of hear him. Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was Scorch?
I think so. Yep.
What?
Boom. Boom.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm going to pull up Disney Plus and I'm going to look at the credits.
Okay.
Dude, if that's Scorch, that's a huge deal. And I bet, like, hardcore fans are losing their mind.
You know what also kind of...
Wait, if that's Scorch, then he died.
What do you mean that he died?
If that one clone was Scorch in the beginning.
No, not at the beginning.
Oh, at the end, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
I'm an idiot. I'm gonna look up the ending. Hold, please. Okay, why did it... All right, go to the credits. Okay, come on. Dave Filoni. Jennifer Corbett. Carrie Beck. Okay. Come on. No.
In the meantime, Dr. Mad Studios says if someone is honking...
Dude, it was Scorch! Dude, it was Scorch!
Boom, see?
Oh my god, it was Scorch? Wait a minute, wasn't he in season 1?
I knew there was a reason. I think he was. I knew there was a reason why they kept showing him. I was like, why do they keep showing? And it was driving me nuts.
Dude, that he was in the episode with Gregor, right? From season 1? Right?
Yes. I don't know.
Because this would have been his...
In a long time.
This would have been his his second appearance, right?
He was definitely in last season, right? When they freed
Oh.
Gregor, right? Gregor.
Yeah, where they break Gregor out, and then all the
But what happened to
commando.
him at the end of it?
What, Gregor?
No, to Scorch.
I think he just got back on the ship and they delivered the civilians. Dude, that's awesome though. I bet the hardcore fans of like the clone commandos are excited about that.
Oh, for sure. 100% there.
The other thing
Stoked.
too I want to talk about, this is a big thread. We haven't talked about this yet, but in this episode, we saw the Kaminoan scientists. Their outfits are the exact same as the Kaminoan scientist in The Mandalorian, and we've talked about this before, but I'm really starting to think we're going to get some crossover with Bad Batch and Mandalorian because that scientist was prominently featured in the Mandalorian trailers.
Yeah, correct.
So I'm wondering, I'm like, are we going to get some tie-ins of like how they started to experiment with Omega and then she escaped and then they had to put that on hold, or are we going to find out about like some Grogu information, because it looks like they're trying to clone Grogu like the same way they're trying to clone like the Zillo Beast and Omega. So
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if they started to carry that thread into Mando. I mean, what do you think about that?
They pulled that for last season of Mando. That was a kind of a big like point, right? There was a couple scenes and flashes and the Kaminoan officer and all that. So I think that's a smart move if that is the case.
Well, do you remember there was like an entire scene of, oh God, I haven't watched season 2 of Mando in a really long time, but it was him, Cara Dune, and what's Carl Weathers, Grief Karga, and they were on that like cloning platform on Navarro, and there were like all these like weird experimenty Snoke things in bottles. Do you remember that scene I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then Mando was
exactly.
like, "We have to
Yeah.
get out of here right now," and he was like super freaked out.
Yeah. I think that is going to be a side plot of Mando for sure, and it's going to start becoming more of a main plot for Bad Batch. This is a little frustrating though, because I feel like for Bad Batch, they only wrote, where it seems like so far they only wrote like 6 really solid plot forwarding Star Wars universe adding type of episodes, and the rest of it was just like recycled Clone Wars plots from when they were planning on doing a Bad Batch, more of Bad Batch arcs. That's kind of what it feels like to me.
Yeah. And again, like, I don't have problems with episodes like that occasionally. But like I also really I don't know, it's just like I feel like the story this season has been stop start stop start stop start. Like I feel like, oh, it's like, oh, we're gonna go somewhere. Just kidding. Next week we got hijinks. Oh, we're gonna go somewhere. Like I feel like I've been teased a lot this season, and I just don't like that. Like I would prefer to just see it carried out, and I would just like it to be tighter.
I agree, and I think if they tie it in with all these other shows, I'm going to be so stoked, because then that means that
To understand Mando, you'd have to watch Bad Batch.
Yeah, there's more of a payoff. There's more of a payoff with all of it. You're building the world. You're putting way more thought into it, which means the story's probably going to be better and more well thought out, which means that it's going to be more interesting to watch. In fact, Matthew Fab just wrote in Legends, Grand Admiral Thrawn worked on Mart Tantus. I think this plot thread will tie into the Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
Wow, Matthew Fab's just coming in hot with all these like great theories. Yeah, I did not know that. So I have not read Legends, although I do know of the great legend himself, Grand Admiral Thrawn. I did not know the Mount Tantus, is it called?
Tantus, I guess.
But if they do, I could honestly see them carrying that into Mando and then Ahsoka. That would be fantastic.
100%. Dr. Mad Studio, I doubt this will happen, but wouldn't it be a great twist if Sid betrayed the Bad Batch because of a debt she owes to Prince Zizor from Shadows of the Emperor? Prince
Empire?
Why does that sound familiar?
That sounds really familiar to me too. I haven't.
Oh, dude!
What?
Prince Zizor. I know, dude.
What?
I haven't heard this name in so long.
What? Who is he?
Holy crap. He's from Shadows of the Empire. We had him as an action figure when I was a kid, and we called them Prince Scissors. That's what we called them because I didn't. He was one of the Shadows. We had a couple different Star Wars figures that weren't in like the movies, and we didn't know who they were. But people would just get us Star Wars guys because we loved Star Wars guys. Me and my brothers. So we had like a whole big box of Star Wars guys, which are missing now. I don't know what happened to my Star Wars guys. I'm still angry about it. Prince Zizor. I think I'm saying that right. This is the one we have. This is the one we have. Dang it! Come on, pull up here. I'm gonna buy.
Wait a minute. Oh, he's a black. He's part of the Black Sun.
Open.
Wait a minute.
Tab. So this guy, dude, this is bringing back so many memories. We called them Prince Zizorian. I forgot about these blue energy shields, dude. This is a trip. Dr. Mad Studio, you just put me on a trip down memory lane. This is crazy. We didn't know who this guy was. I was like, is he? I don't know why he's an action figure. We've never heard of him.
I remember the energy blade shields. I don't remember that action figure, but I remember the energy blade shields.
Wow, dude. Of a debt she owes to Prince Izor from Shadows of the Empire. See, I haven't watched Shadows of the Empire, so I don't know, but I need to read it now because of this guy, because of my action figures, and this is bringing back childhood memories.
Oh, dude, was that him? Was that him?
Zizor is canon, by the way, but only in games so far. How is he canon? Who mentioned it?
I think he was in Clone Wars Season 7, because I'm seeing the hologram picture of Maul talking to all the members of the Crimson Dawn. No. Is that right? I don't know. Yeah. What was it called? I don't remember. The one with Kira that she's a part. Is it Crimson Dawn? I can't remember. But I think he's in the hologram. He's one of the guys in the hologram talking to Maul.
Really? So he is canon. Yeah, it says canon in Wikipedia.
Yeah, this this man.
Oh. Whoa, dude. This is crazy.
That
I'm having
could
a
happen.
blast from the past. Throw Skeleton Crew in there too. Oh yeah, so if it ties into Skeleton Crew, that would also be huge.
I'm all for
good theories
these.
From everybody. Good theories.
Yeah, I'm all for these shows tying into each other.
Yeah,
I'm all for it. That would be great. I think Sid, honestly, I think the most likely path for Sid is she's going to sell them out for money or for, I don't know. She's like, well, I got money or the Empire comes in. They're like, hey, we'll give you 100,000 credits if you tell us where the Bad Batch is. Or the Empire here's what I see happening. The Empire figuring out that they've been working for Sid, and they're like, hey, if you sell out Omega, we'll give you X amount of money, and you'll never have to hire people to work another day for you in your life. And then I could see Sid being like, oh crap, I shouldn't have done this, and then they
have to figure out the Bad Batch exists first. Peter Pumpkin's going to be the key to that, so he's going to come back in for sure. Peter Pumpkin's coming back. Admiral Rampart's
no. What about Crosshair?
Watch the show.
Is Crosshair the one to hunt down the Bad Batch again? Like what he? Okay, so Crosshair does, I hope, have a purpose because we haven't seen him since episode 3 of season 2. So I have to imagine when Crosshair comes back in next week, it's going to be in a prominent way, and I wonder if he's going to be a part of the mission to hunt down the Bad Batch. But I don't know because we've gotten like no story progression on it. Like it's really, really tricky. Yeah. But I wonder if he would be, because Crosshair is not stupid. Like he knows the Bad Batch's moves. He knows what they would do, but he also lied about them dying.
Yeah, he covered for him.
Yeah, he covered for them. So I'm also like, what is he
Maybe
right now?
Maybe we get a redemption arc from Crosshair. Maybe the Bad Batch ends up being in danger. I bet Sid sells him out. I don't think it's Crosshair. I bet Peter Pumpkin's going to be the link to them being alive still. Then they're going to come after Crosshair, maybe. But that's something else we can talk about. I think Peter Pumpkin's going to be the Admiral Rampart's going to be the key because he's still alive. He's in prison, but he's the only one who knows they're alive. So they're going to have to track him down somehow. That'll probably be what the next episode's about, is them finding out the Bad Batch is alive and then going after them. Then I think we'll maybe get Sid selling them out somehow of where they are and what they're doing once they find out that they're alive and that's who Omega's with. And then I think maybe we'll start to get a redemption arc for Crosshair towards the end where either he dies or something else. But I don't know that he's redeemable.
If they do a rushed redemption arc, I will be very irritated. Here's the thing. I think Bad Batch is getting season 3. I think they've already been working on season 3. I don't think they're going to announce it until Star Wars Celebration. I think the Bad Batch has a season 3 because to me, you cannot wrap up their story in 4 more episodes. So I think it's safe to say that season 3 is pretty much confirmed. That being said, I could also see them doing a very rushed redemption arc in these last few episodes, which I would really, really hate, because as much as I love a good redemption arc, I also like my antagonist to be antagonist, but I think the direction for Crosshair was always redemption, especially this season, because like we were talking about, he lied to protect the Bad Batch. So I still think that there's conflict there. At the same time, he's like still killed
with Star Wars.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, he still like kills people straight up and like doesn't have a problem with it. So it's like, I don't know. Like, we haven't been shown that much of Crosshair's conflict, if any, because he's had one episode in season 2, and last season he was just straight up murdering people. So I think we still need more direction on where Crosshair's headed, because we haven't gotten that much on him. And I hope that season 3, because I think it's inevitable, will expand more on that idea. Because I would hate to go through the last 4 episodes and be like, oh, I'm good now, you guys. Like, that would be really disappointing to me, because there's been no payoff so far. There's been no buildup to what direction Crosshair's going. Also, there was a plot thread with Cody that they just dropped off the face of the planet, and I'm afraid of, with them like bringing that back in, that's going to be like a rushed thing. Like, this is the buildup I'm talking about, is like, we have all these interesting ideas, but they haven't built them up over the course of this season so far. So I'm getting really anxious going into the finale, where I'm like, is this going to have payoff, or is this just going to be a really rushed thing?
I have faith. I mean, there's plenty of episodes left to be able to do that correctly, I think. I think the rest of them are going to be bangers from here on out. They have to be. Otherwise, I'd be a little nervous. Kevin writes, somehow I hope there's just a big reunion between the Batch, Rex, Echo, Crosshair, and Cody, of course. Yeah, like you just said, like, it'd be nice to have Cody be wrapped back into this, as well as Crosshair and Rex. Like, they've these characters have all been in like one episode, and then they just drop off.
I want to see the Rex and Echo side of things. Like, I would love to get this is probably never going to happen, and Rex and Echo are probably just going to magically appear in the finale. But I would love an episode where we find out what Rex and Echo are doing. Like, that would be so interesting to get on the other side of that. Like, there is space in Star Wars stories to hop around from character to character. I mean, for God's sake, the Book of Boba Fett did it. There's no reason why they can't do it here. But it would make more sense contextually, because Echo is a member of the Bad Batch. So at least you'd be sticking to that. But I would love to see the flip side of what Rex and Echo are doing. Yeah. And it's just like, right now we just have a very vague buildup. And I agree. Yeah. I do think that these last 4 episodes will give us some great elements. And I think it'll be really good storytelling. It's just, I'm going to be like, well, then what was the point of all these other episodes?
Yeah, I agree. Kevin, it looks like, agrees with you. Also, Crosshair, I feel, is better as an antagonist, just because it's so complex. I'm not mad at the redemption arc for Crosshair, but they need to do correctly, hopefully. Yeah,
yes, I agree
with that. You know what the problem with this week is? This is one of the best episodes of the season, and it airs the same date as The Mandalorian, so it's just like overlooked, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they did that. Like, why isn't Mando released on Fridays? I loved the Friday release of Mando. I loved that.
Yep, great way to end the week. Schedule. Start the weekend.
What's up with them and Wednesdays? I don't like Wednesday releases.
Maybe it started because of Marvel. You know, maybe they started doing that.
Oh yeah, today is Thursday.
Maybe they started doing that because of their Marvel shows, and they didn't want Marvel and Star Wars competing. Like, that's the reason that it's stupid, and I don't agree with it, but maybe that's why they started doing it. Also, to go off the antagonist thing, I agree with Kelvin. I actually like Crosshair better as an antagonist, as opposed to a guy who gets a redemption arc and then, like, dies in the end. Like, not that, and I've expressed this before, it's not that I don't like the redemption arc, it's just so overdone in Star Wars. It's so overdone. Like,
it's a big theme of Star Wars, though. It's intrinsically part of the universe.
Right. But they've done it so many times that it's gotten to a point where it's really predictable. And I would just like to see an antagonist who makes evil choices and dies knowing that they made these evil choices and that they're perfectly okay with them. Like, having a strong villain or a strong antagonist is just as interesting, if not more interesting, than having the misunderstood villain or antagonist that's like, I'm gonna die doing the right thing. Like, it's not that
Yeah.
it doesn't work. It's just we've seen it so many times that I think it would be more interesting in Star Wars if we took a different route this time. But I never
Yeah.
saw that happening with Crosshair. I just really enjoy, don't take this the wrong way, but I really enjoy the fact that, like, he just shoots people in the face who don't do what the Empire says.
No, you need guys like that. You need bad guys that are believable, that aren't just like, hey, I'm evil and I say mean things. No, you have to see them doing evil things. You have to communicate. You have to show, don't tell. That's what we always say. You have to show us.
Like, the way
and
he
they do
straight
that with
up...
him, and he's believable as a bad guy.
I love the fact that he straight up shoots that rebellion woman when she's like, I'm not telling where they are, and he goes, pew, and he just shoots her in the face. Like, I really like that. That's a ballsy move.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel it feels a little cheap, going into this.
I don't disagree. But I think we have a lot of good episodes. I think this is the start of many good episodes for the rest of the season. I hope it is, at least. But we're going to be really busy with this Star Wars stuff. So we're going to have a lot more to break down, I think, in the next couple of weeks here.
Wait, shout out to Alien real quick, because the alien vibes in this episode were really immaculate.
Yeah, let's do final thoughts, and then I got to get going here. Final thoughts for me, things I loved. Animation, fantastic. Alien homage vibes, really good. Cinematography, fantastic. The sound mixing, I say that every episode. It's been so good this season. It's been amazing. The score, the music, super, super good. The plot points they tied back. The voice acting, amazing. From the McPoyle brother, Jimmy, what's his name? Jimmy Simpson. The voice acting was awesome. Lamasu and Alisei are back. Like, it brought the whole world cohesively. So for me, for this episode, this is like a 8.3, I'm going to say. I think it's pretty high.
I think that's pretty high. I mean, I definitely rank it a lot higher than last week, for sure. I really appreciated the direction on this one. Like, the camera direction felt very intentional with what they were trying to do. Like, I'm all about this, but you can tell when the camera works, like, very generic as opposed to, like, doing weird things with the camera. Like, you remember how in the two-parter mid-season finale, they had that one shot of the escape pod with the Bad Batch going out, and the camera started far away, and then it, like, zoomed in. And it felt really cinematic. Like, it felt, like, super live action, like, really cool. The vibes in this episode, the camera direction felt very intentional. The way it was lit felt very intentional. It just, like, you really got the notion, like, they are going for a very, very specific vibe here. And I really appreciated that. Also, I love 80s films. I love, like, 70s, 80s films. And this episode, like, just reeked of 80s-ness. And I really liked that. I think I said that about another episode. Maybe it was the one with the Ipsium. Was that last week or was that the week before? Anyway, I don't really remember. But I really appreciated that. Voice acting, great. Finally, we're going back to the cloning thread. This episode just felt very intentional and very efficient, and I appreciated it for those reasons. Again, the longer we go on with the show, the more I question whether or not we really need 16 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, if we could go back in time, take some of these episodes and put time in them to Obi-Wan and have more episodes for Obi-Wan. But I'm not bitter. I still.
The one thing I do want to ask you is, do we have time for a couple listener questions on our community page for Bad Batch?
Oh, did you post?
I did. I actually got on that yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, we can do a couple questions. I have about 5 minutes.
My ranking is probably, honestly, it's probably like an 8.7, 8.8. I really liked this one a lot. Yeah. And especially in terms of story development, I really, really liked this one. It felt like, oh my gosh, now I'm really excited for next week. Like, I'm really excited to tune in.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think it's going to be a really good finish. Brandon Deeks writes, great episode. I have to rate it a bit higher than Mandalorian season opener. Wow, those are strong words.
It was really good, to be fair.
Yeah, but I liked Mando more. Sorry. I think, like, the Mando was just, the hype was there, and it was, we get little baby Grogu back, and it's also the first episode of the season. It can't be a huge banger. It's setting up what's going to happen for the season, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Barkle writes, the other week I always wondered what happened to Chuchi. This week I wondered what happened to the cloning of the Zello Beast.
You know,
Good
also
to tie it back.
Are Zillow Beasts just like and again, we're gonna have to watch the episode again because you and I were talking a lot. I got the general gist, but also like, was that Zillow Beast already a clone? Do you know what I'm saying? Or was that like a purebred Zillow Beast? Like, was that a Zillow Beast that they created with the Kaminoan technology, or was that a Zillow Beast that like already existed and then they? I don't know. I didn't catch on to that. I don't know if they said that in the episode or not. And maybe I need to go back and rewatch, but that is a question I have is like, is that a pre-existing Zillow Beast or is that like or was that an artificially made in a tube?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I'm going to go back and rewatch and hopefully maybe we have some answers there.
Yeah, for sure. Kelatar writes, awesome episode. The horror elements were great. The story was genuinely scary for a while there, and I did like the rather obvious King Kong reference towards the end. Sid is getting her comeuppance. They're finally starting to have enough of her. I hadn't expected Lama Su to be alive, but his betrayal of Omega and Nala Se's refusal to work for the Empire were good character moments. Agreed. The Empire looking for the Marauder, and for Omega in particular, sets up the stage quite nicely for a storyline that could last until the season finale. Add to that D. Bradley Baker having said Crosshair will turn up somewhere around this part of season 2, and I think things are looking good for the rest of the season. Yeah, I agree with all that.
Somehow Crosshair returned.
Somehow Crosshair returned.
That'd be a good T-shirt.
Yeah.
Was that it for questions or? Oh no.
A couple more. Matthew Fab writes, such a great episode. I don't think it's a coincidence that we had an episode earlier in this season with a giant mech and now an episode with a giant kaiju. I don't know what that means. Especially as it's kaiju with skin that is impenetrable with normal blasters, and ancient mech just happens to have an incredibly powerful laser. I think the Bad Batch will eventually return to that planet for the technology in the mech, or eventually see if other mechs exist. This might play out in a future season of Bad Batch. A lot of people are quick to call episodes filler without waiting to see how it links up to the larger story. Rebels had a whole Space Whales episode, which many called filler at the time, and had huge consequences later on. My other theory for the future of Bad Batch is now that Empire is looking for Omega. The Bad Batch wants to leave Sid. She is going to betray them and sell them out and give Omega back to the Empire. Perhaps she will do a Hondo move and give the rest of the team information on where to find her as she is taken to Mount Tantus.
Yeah, I think Sid's definitely going to be the one to sell them out for sure.
Yeah.
They tied that in too perfectly.
And then our question of the week winner.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this.
Chris Kelling. Chris loved the story, reconnected with the story of the Empire as a whole. He would like to know if Crosshair will want to stay with the Empire. Is he going to follow Cody and go AWOL? His question is Fennec Shand still watching from the background to ensure Omega's safety, or is her contract with Nala Se considered complete? Because I have a feeling Hemlock's going to be successful in getting Omega, but the squad is going to need help to get her back, or even be sprung themselves. Congrats, Chris, on the question. Shoot us an email, and we'll send you a free t-shirt. What do you think about his question?
As far as I understand, I think the bounty hunters served their purpose, and after Kamino was destroyed, they were probably like, oh, well, you know? Yeah. It's possible. You know, the Bad Batch could reach out to a bounty hunter with expertise to help get Omega back, but they are an elite squad, so do they really need to? I don't know. It would be interesting. One of my favorite parts of season 1 of Bad Batch was Fennec and Cad Bane going up against each other to get the score of bringing Omega back. So, and wasn't Cad Bane hired by Lama Su, and then Nala Se hired Fennec? Like, wasn't that how that worked? Like, Nala Se's like, hey, Fennec.
Yeah, they had a cool duel.
Yeah, they were kind of like, they were both pitted against each other because Lama Su's like, hey, bring her back. And then Nala Se's like, nope, bring her back to me. So Nala Se and Lama Su, they're not friends. Like,
no, dude, no. And that's apparent in this episode, too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Fennec Shand is watching. I don't know that we'll see her.
I
it's
think they
necessary.
honestly were like, I think they're done. I really do.
It's an interesting theory, though. Interesting question. Interesting. See, this is an interesting question to ask yourself. Is this something they could potentially bring back? You know. But I don't know. I mean, the squad probably will need help. I bet they get captured, but I bet that it would come from Crosshair or from Sid before it came from Fennec.
Or Rex.
Or Cody.
Or
exactly.
Echo.
That would make way more sense. Or Echo, exactly. So
I
a million
think
other
Echo,
options. I don't think Fennec would be necessary. But good question. Thank you, Chris, for sending. What's that?
I was just gonna say it's probably gonna be something like we're gonna find out that Echo and Rex have been in contact with Cody, and they're trying to help him. And maybe Crosshair's just been like curious and tracking Cody and trying to figure out where he's going, and then they run into Rex and Echo, and then that's how we get into the finale.
Yeah.
But again, I like Crosshair as the antagonist. That's my conflict right now. It's like, okay, he's headed for redemption, but I really like him as the bad guy. So,
yeah.
Is horn honking guy back or no?
Yeah, he's back. All right, well, we got to get going, guys. Thank you, Chris. Shoot us an email at anotherstarwarspod@gmail.com, and we'll get that sent out. Anyone else who's won, be on the lookout. Those t-shirts are on the way. Excited to get people to wear those. Please follow us, guys. Thank you for joining the live, by the way, our first live session in a while. Please
in a long time.
Subscribe if you're new and you're just joining us. Thank you for sticking with us, all 11 of you. Click the notification bell so you're aware of when we have our next episodes. We're going to be doing a Mandalorian breakdown next. That'll be tomorrow. We'll be recording that. Not live, but we're going to be recording that tomorrow. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at @star_wars_pod. You can listen to this podcast anywhere you get them. Spotify, Apple, Anchor, Breaker, Stitcher, Google. You can watch video on Spotify. Please leave us a review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Leave us 5 stars. Helps us with the rankings. And click like on this video if you enjoyed it. Enjoyed a nice live session. We got a lot more Star Wars content, guys. So you got to be here for it. We enjoy these conversations. We want to be in the comments with y'all. It's fun. It's a nice time. We get some cool theories. And Star Wars fans are eating good these days. We got a lot of cool shows out.
That's true. Also, if you guys liked this format of us watching the episode together, I know we can't like share the screen or anything, which is stupid because copyright issues. But if you guys actually liked this format of how we watch the episode and then talk about it immediately after, let us know. This is just something new that we've been trying out. If you like it, drop a comment and just say that you like it so we know. We're trying to figure out some new things, and if this is a format that you guys enjoy, maybe we'll continue doing this. We could also clip this later, like just the episode part, and then add the episode in if people want to watch along with us. So that's also an option. But let us know, because it does help us getting better content out to you guys. So
yeah, totally, 100%. Let us know what you guys think, and we can do more episodes like this if you guys want to do more watch parties. And then we can edit. We'll edit this into a reaction video if you want, Melissa. You can put the episode in, and we'll do it like a normal reaction video with the two of us. Also, do you guys like having us both react at the same time or having them separate? This is our first time doing that, so if you want more of that, we're happy to do it. No problem. But let us know what you guys want, and then we'll make the content that way. How about that? But yeah, we'll see you guys next time on another Star Wars podcast, Mandalorian. Season 3, Episode 1. I can't wait to talk about that. We'll do a full breakdown like we've been doing with Bad Batch, scene-by-scene breakdown. I wish we would have been able to do it for the first 2 seasons, but we didn't. But we have Season 3 now, so we can do that, which will be fun. So we'll do that, guys. So click subscribe and join us next time on our Mandalorian breakdown. This has been a Bad Batch, and we'll do it again next week. So we'll see you guys then.
Yeah, see you guys later.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the comments. See you guys later. Bye.